Hello YouTube, Dave here again. It has been one heck of a winter. Back in December, I slipped and fell and fractured my leg, which took 2 months of my life. Tried to get back into recording videos, and I don't know how my voice is going to sound on actual camera, but I ended up getting sick with a cold that turned into a sinus infection, which always seems to lead to me losing my voice for a week or two. So I really want to start getting back into making videos. So we're going to record a couple here today at least, and we're going to start with the Miniature Monday video. So recently I was at my local EB Games, is what it's called here in Canada once again. So sometimes being too stubborn to call something by the corporate name change can pay off. But I was quite surprised to see that they had a few of these classic collection sets and that they were marked down quite a bit. So this is normally set here for monsters D through F. Normally goes for $125.99, but they had it down to $60. They actually had two other sets there available that I didn't already own that were also marked down to $60 each, and some were more expensive than the $125.99 original sticker price as well. So I decided to pick up the ones that I didn't have. There's only two sets that I don't have for the full collection, but unless I can get them for this price, or realistically, if I can get them for cheaper than this price, then I might go for it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to try to pick them up, especially at, those types of prices. Canadian, again, I should stress that I am Canadian, so those are the price that I'm going to pay. So this classic collection was inspired by the original first edition AD&D Monster Manual. However, unfortunately, not every creature that's on this artwork actually made it into this set. For example, this version of the Red Dragon is nowhere to be found. There are no dragons in this set. There might be a unicorn, and I think the other creatures kind of made it in here, although I don't know if there was a manticore or not. Definitely not a purple worm. So anyway, still kind of cool nonetheless to have those sort of callbacks. So let's go ahead and take a look inside, and then we'll pull the miniatures out for a closer look. So this one is very elemental based. You have earth, air, water, and fire elementals. There is an Ettin, there's an Afridi, a Doppelganger, and a Displacer Beast. So miniatures that I do have a Displacer Beast that I painted myself, but I've never actually pulled a Displacer Beast from one of the sets, like the D&D Minis random plastic mini sets that have actually had them. And I've never owned an Ettin mini. I do have elementals, although I don't have many air elementals, so it's kind of cool to have that one. And a free mini is pretty cool as well. So for the $60 price, I think that's definitely well worth it, considering that these things I think are all, except for the Doppelganger, I think are all on large bases. So let's go and take a look at the minis there, and then we will open up the top here, and we will take a closer look at them. Set that off to the side. Okay, I didn't think that was taped down. So let's go ahead and start with the air elemental. Why not? So it looks like, I thought this was going to be a bit more, I think this is supposed to be kind of transparent. And maybe it is if I were to hold it up. Let me just hold it up to a little bit. It has a little bit of transparency to it, a little bit of, but you kind of see the face there, which is kind of cool. It's howling in the wind type of thing. So pretty cool to have that. Like I said, I don't have many air elementals. I do have, let's go to the earth elemental. And this is probably the most unique earth elemental I think I have ever seen here. So it's got the stone and the mud. A little bit of moss and stuff in there as well. So that's actually a pretty cool looking mini. The fire elemental, this guy I like. He's got the two eyes there, the hand reaching out. So that's really cool. Then we got our water elemental. Not as cool as the greatest water elemental of all time, which I don't think I have handy access to, unfortunately. But back in the day, there was a water elemental from the D&D Minis game the third edition era D&D minis game. This is before they had like the transparent plastics or anything that they would come out with, I think, in some of the later sets. But this guy, he basically had both of his hands down at his sides, but it also looked like he was flipping you off, just like, kind of downwards. So he was called the Rude Water Elemental, but that's a really cool mini. No facial features on this one, unfortunately. I mean, maybe that could be an eye. A little indentation there, but still decent looking mini. And then we got the Efreet. So this is similar to what you see on the cover of the Dungeon Master's Guide for first edition. And he is wreathed in flames. So you can actually kind of see through where the flames are. Again, pretty decent mini. I've never owned an Efreet mini, so it's cool to have that in the collection now. Let's go with the Ettin. Again, something I've never owned before. Pretty basic, but it's a mini that's new to me, so I'm happy with that. Speaking of new to me, we've got the Doppelganger. The only medium-sized mini in this entire set. It's got like the yellow eyes there, which is really cool. Looks like his brain is exposed. And then the Displacer Beast. Again, I love Displacer Beasts, so it's cool to have finally a plastic mini, and that can go along with the one that I painted myself, so now I can actually have like two Displacer Beasts. Or I could set them both down on the table as like one is the real one is the after image, and let the players try to figure out which one of those is which. But yeah, so there we go. That is the classic Monster Collection D through F. For the first edition AD&D minis there. And again, pretty cool set. I like the fact that they are all like larger creatures. So there are some sets that have like a lot of like small size creatures. So you feel like you're kind of getting a little hosed on that one. $60 for 8 minis, 7 of which are large, I think is a pretty fair price. Like each of those could have been $10 if you were to buy them. If you were to buy them unpainted, I think like the larger ones are, I think they're Canadian again. I'm talking Canadian dollars. I think they're around $10 to $15 for the unpainted one. So a pretty good deal overall for this. And over the next couple of weeks, I've got 2 more of these sets to go through. So that'll be something to look forward to on the Miniatures Monday. I do wish again that there was a dragon in here, or that they would have released a dragon set, which with like each of the chromatic dragons would have been really nice to have had. I don't think they did that. Instead, they did the 50th anniversary dragon, which I've already taken a look at on this channel, which is a cool mini to, just not to take anything away from it, but it would have been nice to have had like the first edition AD&D style dragons as well. But anyway, other than that, $60, a good price for what these are. And the fact is that, a lot of these are minis that I've never actually pulled before. So it's kind of cool to have that as well. So thank you all so very much for your time. I appreciate it. And we will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.